Hello, class. This module 2, is focusing on chapters 4 through 6 in the book. And in the textbook, the focus for chapter 4 is really the birth of a child and the genetic instructions that really influence his characteristics. Most of the genes that children inherit are ones they share basically with other children. They're very similar. But some genes contribute to a child's individual disposition, how they look or act in a certain unique way. And we will see that sometimes the genetic code may impact some kind of disorder of some kind. And this is a very scary time and exciting time for parents, and the health and medical needs of a newborn really depend on so many things, but their weight, size, and prior exposure to teratogens and genetic vulnerabilities. So we'll be looking at that in this chapter. Chapter 5 is really focusing on the principles of physical development. And we all know that really health depends on several factors, whether the eating or sleeping or physical activity is there. Some children obviously show healthy signs, others show unhealthy patterns that actually can jeopardize their physical well-being. So different systems of the body actually are growing at different rates. So we will be talking about, especially about how the brain is developing, because children have varying needs that we may need to meet and modify instruction for them, or equipment or the physical environment so that their learning can take place. Our job as educators is to make their educational experiences as healthful and normal as possible. And then chapter 6, we're really going to be talking about cognitive development of children using Piaget and Vygotsky's theory mostly. Piaget really proposed that children have many actually the cognitive acquisition can be categorized into 4 stages, and we'll talk more about those. But there's the sensory motor stage, the pre-operational stage, the concrete operational stage, and then the formal operations. And then Vygotsky suggests that human beings are different from other species because they can um, acquire complex mental processes, which are largely the legacy of a social group or culture that they're in. So his big contribution was really that whole zone of proximal development, where if a child is left to their own devices, they'll learn a certain amount. But if an adult steps in and helps them, they can learn a lot more. The rate of learning is increased. So kind of guided participation. So that's kind of where we fit in as teachers, providing that step for children. So I hope that you'll enjoy the work in this module. I think it's going to be interesting for you to see how a child's brain develops and how we can step in and see how there's differences and how we can modify and then help them with their growth as teachers.